this is Mark from HAWA Sliding Solutions in Australia. Today, I'll provide an overview of the HAWA Concepta planning tool. Concepta is the flagship product from HAWA and comes in 4 options: Concepta 25, 30, 40 and 50. Concepta cabinets can be designed in 4 basic configurations, and you can use a number of different material types, and you can design for a wide range of installation heights, weights and cabinet depths. The planning tool can help you to determine which version of the HAWA Concepta is suitable for your application, and it can help you to assist you in calculating the cabinet dimensions, cut lengths for profiles and drilling locations for your project. It is internet-based and available in 3 languages: English, German and French. To begin, open your browser to www.planningconcepta.hawa.com. The Start screen then displays 2 options: Concepta, which is the single door pivot and slide system from HAWA, and Folding Concepta, which is the folding and sliding system from HAWA. Today we will be focusing on planning a Concepta pivot and slide cabinet. When you can select that icon, you will be directed to a new screen that asks if you are planning a Concepta with or without a soft close mechanism. HAWA upgraded all of its Concepta hinges to include soft closing capability back in 2020, and for all new stock sold into Australia and New Zealand, they will have this new soft close hinge. If your product was purchased after May 2020, you will most likely have a soft close hinge as standard, but if you're unsure, the magnifying glass adjacent to each of the options provides a picture of these hinges so that you can identify your exact hinge. Note that the soft close hinge contains these scribe lines on the outside of the hinge, whereas the non-soft closing version does not have those scribe lines. If you're still unsure, please contact your HAWA stockist to confirm. By clicking on the Plan with HAWA soft close mechanism on the bottom of the screen, we are then directed to a new page which displays 4 basic installation options for the HAWA Concepta: inlaying doors, doors striking the top and the bottom of the cabinet, pairs of overlaying doors in one pocket, and doors integrated into a wall recess. By clicking on the magnifying glass, you'll get a picture of each of those options. For inlaying doors, you will have to build a pocket yourself, and the edge of the cabinet will be visible on all 4 sides. For doors overlaying the top and the bottom of the cabinet, with this option, you'll receive a special profile to help you to build the perfect pocket dimensions, and the top and the bottom of the doors will overlay and conceal the top and the bottom of the cabinet. This is our most popular option. For pairs of overlaying doors in one pocket, you'll get a special profile for multi-door cabinets. The special profile is double the width of the previous profile and allows you to create a pocket which fits 2 doors. And finally, doors with a wall recess. With this option, there is no need for a side profile because the Concepta cabinet is integrated into a wall recess. Select the most appropriate installation option for your project to get started. For this example, I'm going to show you how to design the overlaying doors. On the next screen, you'll be prompted to enter the dimensions for your calculation of your cabinets. All measurements are metric by default. You can switch to imperial measurements by clicking on this icon on the top right hand side of your screen. Begin by entering your door material. This is necessary to calculate the weight of your doors. Note that the field which displays kilograms per metre squared changes based on your selection. Next, I'll enter the required dimensions. The minimum and maximum dimensions are shown in each field, and by selecting each field, the drawing on the right-hand side of the page highlights that dimension. Let's begin by entering the dimensions. The installation height, then the door width, then the door thickness. Note that the door thickness field, the maximum door thickness is shown in millimetres. You'll also note that the minimum dimension is 19 millimetres. This dimension is suitable for 18mm thick MDF doors, which are very common in Australia and New Zealand. We'll enter a 25mm door thickness. Then we will enter our top clearance. So this is where the door strikes at the top of the cabinet, and we want that to be flush with the top of the cabinet, so we're going to say 0. We then enter the bottom clearance, which we also want to be 0, and then the side clearance, and we want a gap of 2 millimetres. When entering the cabinet depth, note that this has an effect on the door handle spacing, the dimension M. Let's set the handle spacing at 50 millimetres. This allows enough clearance for a comfortable grip to both pull the door from the pocket and pivot it into the closed position. Now that we're done entering the dimensions, you can see that the Calculate Weight Class button is available on the bottom of the page. Click the button to scroll down to see the results. Note that if the dimensions you have entered are not possible, the system will alert you by indicating that no configuration is possible at the top of the screen. This is likely because the weight of the door exceeds the maximum capability of the system. You can resolve this by reducing the door weight, by reducing the door width, reducing the door thickness, or changing the door material. Let's do it by reducing the door width. And this time, the system has provided us with an option, which is the HAWA Concepta 50. Note also that there are some instances where the door weight might be within the weight limit, but will still not be accepted by the planning tool. This normally occurs with very short and wide doors, where the cantilever force exceeds the maximum allowable weight for the system. Let's simulate this by reducing that door width or door height to 1400 with all of the same dimensions. We'll need to reduce or change the handle spacing. And even though we've reduced that height, which has reduced the door weight, no configuration is possible. And that's because the system exceeds the maximum allowable cantilever force. There is a table in the instructions which provides more details on this. In these instances, though, it's necessary to reduce the weight of the doors to within acceptable limits by either reducing the width or thickness of the material type. Let's do that now. And that is suitable. Or you can retain those dimensions and increase the height of that system. So for our example here, the planning tool has recommended the use of a HAWA Concepta 40. Click on one of the Plan With Individual Sizes buttons, and it will provide you with a PDF with all of the calculations. DIN A4 will provide a file with calculations across 2 A4 pages. whereas DIN A3 will provide a file with all the info on one large A3 page. Note that the output provides you with details of the article number that you require to order the Concepta, and also any accessory items, in this case, the connector to create the side pocket. It will also provide details of any optional extras, in this case a door handle, and we also recommend the use of a HAWA straightening fitting for the door to stop the doors from bowing. The output also provides a full detailed list of the drilling dimensions for each panel, detailed instructions on how to drill the hinge positions, and also a detailed descriptions of the cutting dimensions for the profiles. Okay, so that's a quick look at the HAWA Concepta planning tool. Stay tuned for an overview on the HAWA folding Concepta planning tool coming soon. Thanks again, and have a great day.